Welcome everybody to the Top Notch Show. I'm your host, Sam I Am.
Mr. Success.
Happy Valentine's Day to all the ladies, and of course we're celebrating Black History Month. I'll be speaking of a historic person. Things you need to know with two guests coming up right here on the Top Notch Show.
Yeah. It feels so good to be successful. Welcome to the Top Notch Show. Before we talk this talk, we gotta walk this walk. I came a long way, I got a lot to say. I start my own podcast with great debates. I agree to disagree, it's not the same as hate. I believe in God, He gave me my faith. You hanging with the best topics, best gossip, great knowledge. You rocking with the best. I won't stop until I be an icon. Burn the booth down. I'm Tito and my mic's gone. We talking about these bits and views. We keep it cracking like dried lips are due, mother.
Yes, sir. It's Valentine's Day. We celebrate Black history, so I'm going to speak on a historical, legendary woman. Thanks for tuning in, and I'm going to jump right into things. Madam C.J. Walker, an American entrepreneur. Madam C.J. Walker was an American entrepreneur, philanthropist, and political and social activist. She is recorded as the first female self-made millionaire in America in the Guinness Books of World Records. Multiple sources mention that although other women might have been first, their wealth is not as well documented. Walker made her fortune by developing and marketing a line of cosmetic and hair care products for Black women. Through her business, she founded Madam C.J. Walker Manufacturing Company. All right, I told you it was all about the ladies celebrating Black History Month here on Valentine's Day. Moving right along, my first guest is a lady, a doctor, someone I think we need to get to know. My first guest, Dr. Jafunza Wright, is going to share a little Black history with us on Black farming. So let's listen to her and let's see what she got to say.
I'm Dr. Jafunza Wright, president of Black Oak Center. We are a not-for-profit committed to facilitating communities and being resilient. And it's an honor and a pleasure and a privilege to be on this mission and the commitment of restoring this Black farming community called Pembroke Township. Pembroke Township is and was and still is the largest Black farming community north of the Mason-Dixon line. It's the largest Black farming community in the Midwest. And it traditionally, during its agriculture heyday from the 1930s to the 1970s, it fed Black Chicago, Detroit, and Cleveland. So there was literally through direct retail, there were literally tons and tons of food that left here, was produced here and left here, going as far as Maywood and as far east as Cleveland, Ohio. In the 1930s, the Black farmers of Pembroke Township were the third largest producers of hemp. And they had contracts with the U.S. Navy. And so we have a rich agricultural history here. People speak of orchards and berry patches and briars, blackberry briars being scattered throughout this 52.4 square miles. Now, most of this land has been lost and most of it is fallow. And we're on a mission to restore this Black agricultural hub of the North once more.
Well, there you have it, folks. A little history I think we all should know of. And if you want to join Dr. Jafunza Wright on this mission, look up Black Oaks Farming and go from there. Up next on the Top Notch Show, she's a yoga entrepreneur extraordinaire, owner of nonprofit business Z-Body LLC, a teacher, a life coach, a mother, a foster mother, a veteran, TV show host of Happy Healthy Healing Yoga, none other than my cousin, the lovely Miss Zoey Jackson, baby.
Hello, so great to be
Well, I'm gonna get straight to the point. Tell us a little something about you. You know your personality, like what makes Zoe.
Well, I would describe myself as very low key. I'm an actual introvert, but I can operate in extrovert spaces, meaning that I have the ability to move in different rooms, different spaces, different places, interact and do business with persons from all walks of life. And so it makes it much easier for me to develop not only long term relationships, but meaningful business relationships where people know that they can trust me. And this is true, and it speaks to various levels of, you know, personalities, dealing with different personalities and being able to connect with people on various levels because you never know who is meant to come into your life to bless you or vice versa, you blessing them.
Right, right, okay. And tell us a little something. What drove you, or shall I say, pushed you into yoga, or how did you discover yoga? How did you get in? You know.
Oh, um, well, I discovered yoga as a college student while I was enrolled in various physical fitness classes, as well as Army ROTC. One of those classes was Army ROTC. And every morning we would go for a run, but as part of our stretching, both before and after our long distance runs, we would incorporate yoga poses. And that's where I initially discovered yoga. Um, However, I was I became a yogi once I became an adult, once I became a mom, a wife, and it was just a way for me to prevent injuries and to recover.
That's good. And so that's what was going to lead up to my next question. I guess that's what made you decide to write a book. Tell us a little something about that, or describe to me the moment when you decided to write your book.
Yes, yes. I decided to write my book about yoga during one of the most challenging times in my life. Almost 8 years ago, while serving on an active duty status in the military, I became very ill and was sent to Walter Reed National Military Medical Center to recover and then retire. It was then that I was able to to participate in what is called the Army's Warrior Yoga Program. And that's where I learned about yoga therapy and used everything that I learned about yoga to actually heal myself. I felt so good about my journey with yoga that I wanted to share it with the world. Hence, my journey to Yogi Find Fit, Total Mind and Body Transformation, which is the name of my first book. And I also um, created a yoga poses flashcard deck. It's not published right now, but it is available for use in the classrooms as well as at homes, as well as by yoga teachers. And then most recently, this year in January, I released my brand new children's book called Yoga in the Park. And what I'll
Yoga in the
tell
park.
you, yes, what I'll tell you is that all of these books are featuring black children and black families, empowering black girls.
Now, besides being an author and a yoga instructor, you also have a show called Happy Healthy Healing Yoga. Would you like to tell us a little bit about that and tell us some like networks and stuff where we can find this show at?
Well, I was actually trying to, so the way that this opportunity came about is I was actually trying to be a host or a guest on another host show, a show called Life Stories with Dr. Gloria Crossland. However, when she read my bio and checked out all of my social media pages, saw that I was an author, saw that I was a teacher, saw that I had served 23 years in the Army and worked in public affairs and edited magazines and taught at the community college level as well as the university level, college level English. She set up an appointment with me um, that day for me to meet with the executive producer of Global Television Network, Fox 5 Plus. The executive producer, Miss Nalima Medra. Uh, I mean, and it was, they just asked me a couple of questions about what was near and dear to my heart, what was I passionate, what it was something that I really wanted to share with the world. They were very impressed that I not only owned a for-profit business, but I also owned a non-profit business. And so all of the shows and all of the anchors, we all have something in common. We all are authors or have been in our profession for more than 20 years, and more than half of us, if not all of us, we also operate and own a nonprofit where we're giving back to the community. So my show is called Happy Healthy Healing Yoga. It is a 6-minute broadcast episode that can be viewed on the Capitol Forum, which is an hour-long television production. The television show is broadcast to all of the Washington, D.C. households, as well as Virginia and Maryland, to over 6.2 million viewers. And it airs from 7 to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you can get that on any cable channel, and that's on every Saturday morning.
Wow, Miss Zoe Jackson. I mean, I don't know how you do it. How do you keep balance with like so many things up under your hat?
You know, by the grace of God, I would say, but definitely just taking it one day at a time, living in the moment while also making plans and being very organized. Um, it's very, very, very important. A lot of people don't like to ask for help for whatever reason, but my experience in the military and not asking for help, um, but working with children and working with a family, recovering from medical challenges, I've had to ask for help, and I've had to be fine with receiving help. And so I truly believe that it takes a village, and people use that loosely, but I use it because I know that some things take lots of hands. So that's why I say, it takes a village, and everybody needs help sometimes. Everybody. And you just have to be willing to accept the help that you're given and ask for more if you need it.
Right, and there you go. Zoe Jackson, everyone. And before we get out of here, let everybody know how they can follow you and where they can get your books from.
Sure. I can, you can actually find me on Facebook, author ZoviraJackson.com. I also have a author website, and that is authorZoviraJackson.com. And also, I have several social media. So I have a YouTube page. Everything is titled authorZoviraJackson.com. I also have a website, www.zbodyllc.com. That's linked to everything that I do. You'll find my for profit business as well as my nonprofit business. If you would like to donate either your time, your space for us to do events, yoga events there, as well as monetary as well. So we're always in the business of fundraising, and because we're giving it right back to our community of underserved, underprivileged, and underrepresented populations, allowing everyone access and availability to yoga in their communities.
All right, there you have it, Miss Zoey Jackson, everyone. If you're looking into getting into yoga or want to find out more about it, follow her, look her up, check out, buy a book and everything. Support Zoey Jackson, everyone. Well, that's my show for today, but make sure you tune in next week as we celebrate Black History Month, and hopefully you learned something from this here show. And if you did, tell a friend, subscribe and like. Follow me on Facebook, the Sammy Bo Thompson, IG and YouTube, the Sammy Mr. Success Thompson. So you know my motto: when you're with Mr. Success, you always have a ball. If I can't tell the truth, it's nothing at all. Mr. Success, bringing pleasure, no stress. Until next week, y'all. Peace.